let's get right into this review for The Naked Gun. Alright, so The Naked Gun is directed by Akiva Schaffer. This film stars Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin Jr., the new main lead, and it's important to note that this film is a revival and blast from the past, as there were already 3 previous films of The Naked Gun starting all the way back from 1988. So it's definitely been a good minute ever since the original trilogy came out, and here we are now in 2025 with a new Naked Gun story to explore. Now that I've seen the film, what did I think about the cinematic package here? I thought this was just an okay time. I will say though, this film did give me some spectacular chuckles throughout the acts. Slapstick comedy isn't something we see too often nowadays at the theaters, and I think this format of comedy will undoubtedly still be a hit or miss to modern audiences. Those into this comedic subgenre are in for a treat here, while those who are used to more composed formats of modern comedic storytelling may find the story presentation way too absurd and over the top for its own good. To talk about the initial positives though, I thought Liam Neeson was a great choice to take on the mantle of Frank Drebin as the junior, and really the rest of the cast seamlessly fit into their respective roles and understood the core of this screenplay. So kudos to the cast, it was fun seeing everyone embracing the absurdity. And another positive for me was that this entire screenplay is quite literally littered with one punchline after the other. I personally really dug a lot of the jokes present in the film, but it also goes without saying that there is still a plethora of jokes that didn't land or do fall flat in its overall presentation. But all in all, I very much enjoyed how many wild swings are being taken with this screenplay to try and keep the audiences entertained with a chuckle each step of the way. Also, I found the story to be at its most creative and strongest during the initial setup for the drama in Act 1, which does unfortunately simmer down by the time credits roll. Now, the general story presentation here is incredibly absurd, and this is not a film that you should go into expecting to witness a decent storyline. I will say the initial act and parts of Act 2 is set up in a way where you might feel a sliver of hope or potential in the build-ups for this drama to end in a satisfying note, even with all of its over-the-top absurdity. But by Act 3, the story just shows its naked form and stoops down to the danger zone by entering the D-tier format of storytelling. Now, some viewers may embrace that in its entirety, while others will still find it to be an unsatisfactory experience by the conclusion. And to reiterate, I personally didn't think the cinematic experience was bad per se. Again, this is a bold, modern revival of slapstick comedy through and through. Bottom line though, I do believe most audience members who dare to entertain themselves with this film at the theaters will find moments of laughter and will be entertained at one point or another. My final score for The Naked Gun is 7 out of 10. This was definitely a one-time watch experience for me, and again, depending on where you fall on the spectrum, opinions will widely differ for the comedic presentation showcased in The Naked Gun. It's a love it or hate it film for sure, so if you didn't enjoy even the trailers or the previews leading up to this film, definitely don't go into this expecting even a mediocre time. Anyways, thanks for checking this review out. I'll have more coming soon next week, so stay tuned, and I shall see you on my next upload. Until then, stay safe out there, and peace.